There is only one currency that matters in the world. And once you understand what that currency is, and once you understand how to use it, everything about your life changes, and it changes forever. Any business that you've ever seen that looks like it can grow effortlessly, any person that you've seen that seems to be able to succeed effortlessly, any politician that you saw that rose to power effortlessly, all understand this one currency and they utilize it well. And it isn't the things that you think about. It isn't time or money or attention. In fact, I have a real problem with the idea of attention because most people use it as a shortcut and it doesn't work. If I run into a movie theater and yell fire, I'm going to get attention. But if I don't have a reason for having done that, if I don't have a way to channel that attention into something that benefits the person whose attention I've received, all I'm going to get is a negative outcome. And that's why just generating attention for attention's sake doesn't do any good, and why most people that talk about it are full of it. People don't buy products and services. Nobody gives a rat's ass about your product or your service. They don't care about mine either. They don't care about anybody's. The only thing in the world that they care about is the outcome that happens. And that's why this is so incredibly important. So enough preamble. And just one last thought. Some of you are going to hear this and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I sat here and listened to this, and this was this simple thing that Bill said. It's so simple because it's so unbelievably fundamental. And if you just scroll off and decide not to pay any attention to it, that's fine. Go right ahead. But don't be surprised when you continue to bang into the level of resistance that you have in moving whatever it is you're trying to move forward, your career, your relationship, your business, whatever. The currency that makes the world go around is the ability to generate demand. You don't sell a product or service. If you're smart, you're focused on your ability to create demand for the product and service. And while that might sound like the same thing, believe me when I say they are in no way, shape, or form related. One of them is understanding human nature and how people make decisions and being able to control that to get them to say, nothing else matters except that solution. That's why outcomes outsell everything else. Because if I am in my world struggling against something, I can't get my boss to stop yelling at me. I can't get my reports done on time, and that's disrupting my family life, whatever. The minute that I find a solution to that, it becomes the only thing I care about. That's demand. That's choice. And the way that we make that happen is by showing how we change people's lives for the better. This is why it's so ridiculous to talk about your product, your service, your innovation, your promotions, all of that. Those are just greasing the skids, but they only work in mass if you've solved the problem of why should I care in the first place, and that's a demand question. If you are trying to grow your business and you're not getting anywhere, look at what you're saying to people and ask yourself, have I created demand? Remember, your product or service doesn't matter. Nobody wants the hammer and nail. And the minute that they have used the hammer and nail to accomplish the thing that they want, typically hanging something on the wall, the hammer and nail goes away and disappears from their universe. That's not just your product or service, that's every product or service. The whole idea is to show them how you will change their life for the better, because that's how people buy. I don't care that your blender has sharper blades. What I care about is that the people who come over to my house keep teasing me that my margaritas have lumps in them because my blender, my current blender, isn't strong enough to take care of that. And the mistake most businesses make is they say, well, our blender has better blades, and they think that the consumer is going to be able to connect the dots and say, oh, well, then that means that I won't get teased. No, you have to show people that you understand what it feels like to have that situation happen, and then you show what it's like for it not to happen anymore. That's not talking about your product. That's talking about their life. And that's creating demand, which is what choice is based on. If you want to grow your business, that's where you start. And if you need help doing it, type the word demand below and I'll talk to you about exactly how to make it happen.